I think we always had as a strategy, geographic diversification as a key pillar. Particularly having grown up in Queensland and particularly having moved into North Queensland as our sort of initial growth path into regional Queensland, we were subject to the sort of seasonal variances that you get in Queensland, right? So you got 3 or 4 months of the year where it's hard to get stuff done. So we always had a period of time in the year when we were Queensland centric where it got really tight, from cash and managing that through that wet season. So the opportunity to have a stronger geographic footprint was something that we were particularly focused on in terms of trying to balance out our cash flows. So, the southern winters tend to be a bit wetter, and the southern summers are pretty dry. So you had the strongest months in the southern region coincided with the weaker months in the northern region. So that was always the thinking around our sort of geographic expansion. But the way we went about it was different for every region. Say in our initial early days, we grew on the back of the relationships with the likes of Delphin Property Group, who were one of the largest developers in Australia. So we supported them in Townsville and Cairns and across to Darwin, into Melbourne, together with the work we were doing at Berwick, and working with Delphin in Melbourne. And Sydney, Holroyd Gardens. But then, we were given the opportunity to acquire a business in Sydney through our relationship with Australand, Walker Civil Engineering, when they acquired the Walker Group. So we took on the civil operations there. So that was a different approach. So where we'd generally been organic in our growth, we'd actually made an acquisition in New South Wales. And then when it came more recently to somewhere like Western Australia, it was a market, again, to sort of strengthen our geographic footprint we were interested in. But we had a key manager within the business who, for personal reasons, wanted to move to WA. So the opportunity to support a very competent and capable operator who wanted to be in a new market was one that we saw some value in, so we supported that. So there's been different reasons or different approaches to each of the markets. Some of them have delivered results quicker or easier than others, but for the most part, all of them have achieved ultimately the objective.